All right, Microsoft to buy Activision. What do we know? Last year, the year before, Microsoft got rid of Mixer. They realized the space for streaming, they weren't going to make it in it. It was already dominated by Twitch, and YouTube was up and coming. They didn't have the money, the time, or the resources, and they did the whole thing with Ninja and Shroud and realized if that couldn't bring it and couldn't give it a good bump, it's probably, you know what, let's not focus on creating the platform, at least not for now, okay? So they nixed that. And what did they do instead? If you go back to my YouTube video, and there'll probably be a little thing that pops up here, or here. If you go back to my YouTube video from a year or two ago, you'll see that Microsoft had bought Bethesda, the people behind the Elder Scrolls, for my Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind people out there, okay? They purchased Bethesda. That was a big move. This is huge. This means Microsoft, who already has the Game Pass, who already has Xbox Live, who already has so many titles under their umbrella, has now bought up a company that produces some of the biggest titles out there, okay? It's basically consolidating that market, right? But you have a lot of people and a lot of companies that are competitors. So what do you want to do? You want to make a name for yourself. You want to make a splash for yourself. You want to get up your competitors or the competitors, or if you're trying to monopolize or trying to make a splash in a sector, you have to buy up the competition. You have to get rid of it. Either price it out or acquire it, right? They obviously didn't work with Mixer. So what they do, they take Bethesda. Now, you have several of the other competitors out there from Activision, which is Take-Two, and you have EA, and you have, several others, et cetera, okay? Ubisoft, all that stuff. Activision has been beaten down very badly, right? Not only have they failed to impress recently, not only have their titles kind of been off, and I'm not, an expert on all of their titles because I haven't played all their titles, but Blizzard, you've got World of Warcraft, you've got, all the StarCraft, all the other stuff. You've got the big sleeper, which is Candy Crush, and a lot of people don't realize that. Candy Crush brings in, like I said, $1 billion per year in revenue. But their stock has been beaten down significantly recently. And you might be saying to yourself, well, yeah, because the market's been dipping. No. Way more market cap has been beaten off from Activision, from the PR disaster, than from the market itself. Why do I say this? Well, Take-Two and EA have also been beaten down. The one thing about it, though, is that they've gone down at a pace that's more in line with the S&P sell-off. Also keep in mind that video game sales continue to increase month over month. A lot of people don't realize that video game sales continue. And we saw the Nielsen ratings come out this weekend, showing that broadcast television is down again. Ever since Trump left, everything is dying. It talked about it before. Video game sales are up. Video game playing is up. I mean, China had to fucking ban video games and curb the amount of time just so they could get production out of people. And with so many people out of work and the Great Resignation, YouTube video on that as well, 4 million plus people a month walking away from the workforce, a lot of them are at home playing video games. Now, I'm not sitting here making a political statement saying, oh, they're all lazy assholes that are just sucking off the teat of the American, taxpayer. No. I'm just saying that it gives more time. People working from home gives more time, right? Kids going back to school is going to hamper it a little bit, but there is a lot of potential, revenue to be made from game sales from people being home. Okay, now I'm going on a rant to try to get, this is going somewhere. This is leading to somewhere. Activision has come down, but the PR nightmare, and I don't mean PR nightmare as though it's not something that's justified for this. I mean, the allegations, and it's, I have to call them allegations at this point, of sexual harassment, sexual assault, workplace, hostility, uncomfortable environment, women and everything going on there has pushed it down significantly. Independent research has come out and saying that it's probably significantly more than what we've already seen, even though the CEO is saying, hey, not really as much. If I were him, I would just shut up and let PR take care of it. But regardless, they had been beaten down. So they were trading under $70 a share. This is a stock that was $100, before all of this happened. So you're talking about 30 to 40% down. The news came out this morning that Microsoft is going to be buying them for just over $69 billion. Closer to 70, but I like the 69 number. $69.8 billion. Now you're saying to yourself, Stocky, makes sense that Microsoft dipped. They overpaid for them. Wait a second. What does that translate to? $95 per share. Activision was trading at, so February of last year, obviously this was in the hype of everything, $104. Pre-COVID, about $70. Obviously, a lot of that growth had to do with the exponential rise in gaming. You're saying to yourself, $95 is a lot of money to pay. It is. It's a premium. $69 billion is no joke. But if you're looking at it in the current format, it seems like it's overpaying. But remember, Microsoft isn't just paying for the titles they already have, titles that they're creating, titles in the back. They get all the data. They get all the supply lines. They get all the intellectual property. They get the mobile shit, which is going to be huge in China down the road. And more importantly, they just paid for the market share. Do you know how much money it would have taken Microsoft and time and money to get this much of a percentage automatically, or much of a percentage of the market share? It would have cost way more and taken a hell of a lot longer than overpaying immediately, if you want to say overpay. 70 billion is a lot of money, but you're thinking just 1 year. One moment. They own this now forever. And even if they don't, let's say a weird world happens where they don't fix any games, think about how much money they're going to make on Game Pass from all these titles. Imagine if all these titles were only available or strictly available or first come, first serve on Game Pass. Okay? So what else do we know about this? Well, now they own Bethesda and they own Activision and Blizzard. And let me tell you something. I'm not saying that Microsoft is going to make things better or worse. But do you know what I think the next move for Microsoft is going to be? They've got the money. They're willing to pay for shit. They're not going to buy EA. They don't have to. Does anybody remember? Right now, and we talked about this a couple months ago, FIFA makes up 15% of all of EA's revenue. There is a dispute between EA and FIFA right now over a new contract. There is a chance that FIFA walks from EA. It's not about selling. FIFA may walk. And if they get an offer from Microsoft that's in line with what they want, and Microsoft has way more money to spend than EA right now, there is a chance. If I think I'm talking about making this up, look it up. FIFA has a contract with EA that is about to end because they want a certain amount of money. EA doesn't want to pay it. And if they walk after the end of this contract and Microsoft has the money to say, oh, come baby, I got you. Think of it as like a woman with bigger never mind. It's a possibility. And I know a lot of you guys are saying, no way, no shot that Microsoft gets FIFA. But I guarantee if I told you on Friday that Microsoft was going to buy Activision, you would have told me no fucking way.